There we go. Okay,
Hours.
so we are live. So here, I'm going to go ahead and post this as well. So, hey everybody, this is Kenny, Leo, and Kevin. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Not much is happening.
Okay, so I posted the link, and I don't know whether or not I'm actually going to test this really quick, being that this is the first one, and see whether or not it all will actually. Hey, look at that! It does work. Perfect. Okay, good. So anyway, all right. So
Here we go.
Leo, you've seen this movie before, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
And I
so
even have it
everyone.
on VHS.
Wait, whoa! You have this on VHS?
Well, a long time ago, my mother recorded it. So we're talking, what, 30
Only
years
she
ago?
would think this was worthy of recording.
Such
She
a
saw this
horrible
and said, "We need to watch that again." That was her thought process there.
Okay. So really quick for those that didn't really actually read the title of this video, this is a reaction video essentially to movies that we decided to watch. This is a movie that I watched as a little kid, and then there was also. And it played on TV back in the 80s, maybe even in the 90s a little bit, called Witches Night Out. It's from 1978, and it was a cartoon that was featuring Gilda Radner and a couple of other people that I don't really. Oh, Bob Church was in it as well, and I remember liking it as a kid. And actually, really quick funny story before we start going into the reaction of it. I only watched it once, and my mom watched part of it and was like, "You're not watching that ever again." And I'm thinking that the reason why, and we'll get into this in a little bit, is because of Malicious.
Yeah, really.
Exactly. But we'll get into that in a minute. And for some reason, I just remember that I absolutely loved it. I don't know why I loved it, but I loved it. And then, thanks to the wonders of YouTube, I went and watched it not too long ago, and I was like, every year I try to do like a bit of a tradition. Halloween, I watch, or during October, I watch Halloween movies, and then once we hit November, I start switching to the Christmas movies. And I was like, I'll add this to my, my tradition. This is never being added to my tradition ever again.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Please do. Go ahead.
Okay, so as part of that list, do you have the Halloween that almost wasn't?
No, and I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Oh, dude, you have to. That has to be on your list. You have to watch it.
Okay.
I'll just put it to you. Give you fair warning. There is disco dancing in this movie.
So
What?
it's an automatic win.
It's not a what?
Automatic win. We can't lose if there's disco dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible.
Terrible.
All right. Is it live action or cartoon?
Live action.
Live action. Okay.
What's his name? I think there's Tim Curry in it.
Okay. Well, that's worth the price of admission right now, or right there. That almost wasn't. Let's see. No, let's see. This one, I'm pulling it up on IMDb really quick. The Halloween that almost wasn't. Wait a minute.
No, he was in another Halloween movie.
No, but Halloween that almost wasn't. Isn't this the like unofficial sequel to Rocky Horror?
It probably should have been.
No, there was maybe that wasn't it, but I know that there was one. But I'm looking at the people on this, and wow, this looks absolutely terrible. Judd Hirsch, Mariette Hartley, Henry. The only person I actually recognize from this cast is Judd Hirsch. What's up?
Oh, you were breaking up for a second there.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, that
People who
looks.
liked this also liked Witches Night Out, according to my IMDb.
Yeah,
Witches Night Out, was that it?
No, Witches Night Out is the one we just watched, Leo.
Yeah. Yes, but this movie, the people also liked Witches Night Out. Like,
yeah,
there's a strong overlap.
There is.
This movie and.
Okay, so do you guys want to just dive right into Witches Night Out?
I think we should.
Okay, yeah, because this isn't going to take us long because it was absolutely horrid. This is a terrible movie.
Witch.
Yeah. Okay. So
anyhow,
we watched this on YouTube, and it's only like 20 minutes long, and it's like 20 minutes too long. I don't even know really where to start with it, but I'm just going to start, I guess, with the animation design, which was everyone was just like single color.
Standard
like,
Japanese acid trip.
He had a face.
yeah, the witch had a face, which actually, now I think about that, that was an actually interesting choice for them to actually say, you know, we're going to make her stand out. But then, like, every other character was like, you know what, we're just too lazy to really give everyone definition because, I mean, it's just too much work.
Lazy is the character name. All
I
right.
mean, all right, and here, I know, and I'm looking at all right, and I'm also looking at the character names. You have Rotten, Malicious, Goodly, Nicely, Small, and Bazooey. All right, Bazooey, I don't know where that one came from. But I mean, like, what?
I'll make you watch it later.
So you've come up with a new way for punishment then.
Yeah, that has to be some kind of consequence.
Yes.
I mean, all right. So let's really quick talk about. Again, we were talking about character design. All right. So this was really crude animation. The character, I think it was Nicely, was the one that looked like someone that's having like a allergic reaction, just like a general allergic reaction to everything. I mean, she was just like all bumpy and whatnot. But all right, just really quick for those that have never watched it and probably will never watch it, I don't blame you. The whole synopsis is there's a witch that essentially feels like no one ever needs her anymore during Halloween, and she's lonely living in a haunted house that apparently no one realizes actually has an inhabitant in it, the witch. And then you also have two kids that are going around town trying to trick or treat and scare everybody, but everyone recognizes them because
they're a color. They're a solid color. The light yellow one is tender or whatever, and the other one is small.
Pink?
You know, tiny or small or whatever his name was that took hours probably to come up with.
Yeah, it was tender and small, which, and also if you notice, they're like the only two kids in this town.
That's true.
I mean,
yes,
there are no other kids. So, and everyone, you know, is like, oh, look, it's tender and small. Here, take some candy. And they're like, no one's scared of us. And that's all they want to do. Which I also realized that you never really see their parents, but they still have a babysitter with Bazooey, which is also kind of odd. But so they are wanting to scare people. And apparently the witch, who just goes by Witch, or according to IMDb, Godmother, she is saying apparently she has like the ability to hear when everyone asks for some magic or whatever. So she goes, and did you guys notice in the scene where she appears in the room that it's like it goes like John Woo slow motion as she's breaking through the kid's window?
Yeah.
That doesn't like freak out the babysitter at all. Just all of a sudden some strange woman in all black comes crashing through the window, talking about, I'm going to grant y'all wishes.
Probably a regular occurrence.
In this town, I wouldn't put it past it. But so they're doing. I mean, so she turns them into monsters because that's what they really want. Bazooey's like, no, I can't have these kids changing, and she's like, oh look, I'll change them back really quick. He's like, okay, you get a pass, and she's like, hey, I'll do you too. So it turns all three of them into monsters, and then I guess they're gonna go try. They've totally abandoned the whole trick or treating aspect now. They just want to go scare people, which is. I just realized that this movie goes off the rails several times. I mean, they totally avoid.
Like, there's no solid plot. Every time they come across a problem, it's solved 2 seconds later. I mean, like, this is just not very good.
And then all the adults say, you know, hey, let's go have what I would assume was a key party at the. I was trying to be a little bit more delicate than that, Leo. But they go to have a party at the haunted house, which what I would assume is like what was the name of the guy in all blue?
Nicely?
He was like,
wasn't it Nicely?
Well, no, Nicely was the woman, I think. Bob Church. No.
Goodly.
Okay, Goodly. Wow, they really didn't try with any of those.
Try.
Healthy, goodly, and you'll
So
never
good-
guess that those are the good characters. And
I know,
malicious
right?
are also the bad characters.
So there, and Kevin, I think your wallet may be muffling your audio still. um, but they're sitting there and they have their party. Now, there's something that like I turned the volume up and I was listening really, really close because they had a lot of background characters talking during the party. And when the witch starts changing like the hors d'oeuvres to like spiders and whatnot, nicely faint. And you hear one of the people in the crowd goes, "Nicely fainted," and then you hear someone in the background go, "Already?" So apparently this is a normal occurrence. But so they're having a party. The witch starts causing mayhem, and then all of a sudden the kids come in as monsters, and they start scaring everybody, and everyone bolts out. And then all of a sudden they realize that, hey, look, the kids are missing.
Mob mentality.
Yeah, and but that's the funny part. I'm just gonna skip a bit. Well, actually, no. First, before I skip over, when the kids scare everybody and they leave, that's what they originally wanted, right? They wanted to scare everybody, right?
Yeah, of course
Okay.
they did.
Okay, so after they scare everybody, they're like, everyone's scared of us. They didn't recognize us, even though that's the whole thing, the whole point of why they wanted to do it.
And then they have like this mini learning moment where they're like, "Oh, if we scare people, they won't like us." Like a teaching moment. In the middle of it's like the end of a South Park episode, but it's not.
Exactly. So they go try. The town's like trying to find the kids and also kill the monsters because that's what you do. Yeah, totally what you do.
Lynch mob.
And then, but Malicious and Rotten get a hold of the magic wand, and they start. That's one thing that I found funny. She keeps on trying to change things, and Rotten is like, "You're getting closer. Try this." And like he keeps on doing that, and finally he gets fed up because she changes, I think, a lamppost to a sweater, and he's like,
Just melts. He just
"Yeah."
melts.
He's like, "Get the hang of it. Come on. I want to be rich." But then the witch goes and changes them into monsters after she gets her wand back. And then the mob totally comes and just starts beating the tar out of both of them. I mean, it's like they're overrun and they're just, it's like street justice. I mean,
Twilight episode.
they go in hard. But then they go and they flip it back. And everyone loves the witch. They're now another thing. I was listening really, really quiet, really closely to the mob when she starts changing people, and she's like, "Anything you guys want to be, you can be." And you hear one lady go, "I want to be a queen," and then everyone starts talking, and all of a sudden you hear a guy go, "Hey, I wanted to be a queen," like that, like with a really deep voice. And I was like, that was really progressive for the '70s. And then there's one other guy that says he wants to be a hockey puck.
Yeah, and Attila the Hun.
Oh yeah, Goodley. He was really violent. He's like, he had a battle axe and everything.
He's total sociopath. I'm telling you.
He really, really is. And they kind of played him off a little bit like a politician as well, which was kind of funny. But ultimately, this movie made no sense to me, and I don't understand why I liked it so much as a kid.
Because we don't care about plot.
There's no plot, like at all.
Exactly.
Or I'm just gonna be honest, or because Leo, you said you used to love it as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I think the term is you watch it for the plot, and I think that Malicious probably had something to do with it.
Probably. I didn't quite notice it as a kid until I watched it maybe a couple of years ago.
And there was another thing. There was one person that it was Nicely. She was like, "I want to be turned into a vampire," and when they turned her, all of a sudden she's wearing like the skimpiest bikini.
Yeah, she's total scantily clad.
And I was like, that took a turn.
It did.
So and I'm imagining now that that's probably the part where my mom walked in and was like, "You're never watching this again."
Yeah. The bikini thing was weird. Like all of a sudden, like she went from this big fluffy poodle looking thing to a bikini clad vampire bat.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those typical Halloween naughty nurse, naughty vampire kind of thing going on.
Okay, and really quick, let's just talk about that for a second. Why does every single costume have to have like a naughty version now? I
Why
mean, I was in a bunch of stores today, and even Walmart has started kind of throwing some of those out there as well. And I was like, normally you only find those in like catalogs and whatnot, either that or was it Spirit Halloween gifts that open up
their emails.
I hate those. I hate them so much. But yeah, so all in all, don't bother with this movie like ever.
Unless you want to torture somebody.
Yeah,
I
unless you want to torture
watched it
someone.
twice to make sure I wasn't missing whatever was special about it. There was nothing special about it.
You really watched it twice.
I did. I watched it twice. So like first time through, I'm like, oh come on, maybe I missed something. No, there's nothing there. The second time through, it was even more obvious how loosely connected the plot was. Like, problem, immediate solution. New problem, immediate solution. New problem, immediate solution. There is no overwhelming thing they're trying to do.
Laziest writing in the world.
But think it's solved with magic. That's all it is. That's the whole plot.
Now, before we close this down, Kevin, you said you just watched another one. What's it called again?
It was like the Disappointments Room.
Okay, so I've never heard of it. And you said it's on Netflix, right?
It is on Netflix. It was pretty bad.
Okay, yeah. Now, explain a little bit. What is the Disappointments Room?
So basically, in the film, this woman buys a house and she finds this room that's like blocked up in the attic. That's really strange. And she goes in and she has like weird visions when she's in it. And while researching it, someone tells her, "Oh, your house has a disappointments room." In the old times, when rich families had kids that were like handicapped or retarded, they would lock them in this room and let them live out their short lives up there until they died, and no one would know their family had a retard.
Seriously?
Yeah, this is where the film. That's the ground it starts on, and then it gets worse.
It's
that's where they build off.
Okay, so go ahead, Leo. Go ahead.
So it's like the room's haunted by mentally challenged ghosts.
Well, a handicap. She wasn't actually mentally challenged. At least didn't appear to be mentally challenged. But yes, a handicapped ghost. It's like literally, and her father, who killed her because he's tired of her being an embarrassment.
Naturally.
And the mom who hung herself because the dad killed the daughter.
But so it's a whole family then.
A whole family of evil, wicked. Well, mostly the guy is the problem, but a whole family of ghosts.
Oh God! All right, please tell me they didn't depict the handicapped person as a ghost
with the helmet.
No. See, her handicap was apparently some big birth defect across one side of her face. So they did her in profile most of the time with her normal looking side facing the screen.
Two-Face?
Wait, so the disappointment was that she had a birthmark on her face?
There was like a growth, basically.
They were hard. When was this family supposed to be in this house?
I don't know, 1800s or something.
They were harsh in the 1800s. If that,
they were, man.
I mean, okay, so yeah, that sounds absolutely terrible. Okay, and you said that we're gonna spoil it. You said the ending was absolutely terrible. What happened in the end?
Well, in the end, the woman has a vision where she watches the guy beat the girl's head in with a hammer. So that's how the girl was killed, because he was tired of her being an embarrassment, being all handicapped and everything, with her ugly looking face.
Except for, I don't know, you kept her in a room. Okay, anyway, but that's the ending?
So then the guy goes to her and tells her that she's a terrible mom, and he's going to go kill her son, basically. and he leaves her there and has like this demonic dog attack her. And yeah, the demonic dog also plays a role in this movie. It's really strange. And
Okay.
I skipped over that part because it makes no sense. So she breaks the dog's neck pretty brutally. And then she goes in and gets the ghost hammer that she saw him beat his daughter's brains out with, that's laying on the floor, goes to her son's room.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop you for a second. So the real person sees a ghost hammer.
Pretty much. Yep.
And is actually able to pick it up.
Yes, absolutely.
So
apparently it's a real hammer now. Or a ghost hammer. I don't know.
So
Schrodinger's hammer.
This is reverse Patrick Swayze in Ghost, where he has to like really concentrate to pick up the real thing, but she's real, so she has to really concentrate to pick up the ghost thing.
Well, they don't even like explain how the hammer really got there. She just goes in and picks up the hammer that's on the floor. That's never been there before. That was part of her watching him kill the girl with it, kind of thing. And she just picks it up. There's no explanation. There's no logical sense for this hammer to actually be there. And he's downstairs in her son's bedroom trying to smother her son with a pillow.
The ghost is.
And yes.
Okay.
And then so she goes in and beats in his ghost brains with the hammer.
Not only did he die once, he's dying twice.
Yes.
And that actually works.
It is effective.
Do it later.
It's super effective.
I got nothing. Now, and this was made recently, right? Hold on, I'm going on IMDb. Because this, let's see, you said Disappointment Room?
Yep.
Here. Okay, this was made last year with Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah.
Seriously? And wait, okay, there's a reason why it has a 3.9 out of 10. Okay, so
this movie's disappointing.
Okay, so here, I just because I'm wildly curious and I want to make myself sad, this movie, someone actually underwrote $15 million to make this movie.
I guess so.
Somebody had a lot of money to piss away.
$15 million. Now, it only grossed $2.4 million. So this was an actual theatrical release, apparently. And wow. And I don't understand. I mean, that money could have been used for virtually anything else. I mean, they could have remade Witches Night Out live action instead. I'm not even going to bother with that one, Kevin. And why did you? Or is this part of the annual terrible Netflix movie watching?
I have been starting it, and I figured that'd be a good start.
That is a good one.
I didn't know what I was getting into.
So, Leo, I don't know. Do you have access to Netflix at all?
No, I do not.
Okay, so we might have to figure out a way to get you to see some of these, but I'm looking at some of because every year, what I just brought up, every year Kevin and I usually go through and watch absolutely terrible Halloween movies.
Well, I've got
and
one for you. I totally have one for you.
As a general rule, I refuse to read reviews before I watch them. I just look for things that are like 1 or 2 stars on Netflix.
That's the only way you can do it.
Creatures from the Abyss.
Creatures from the Abyss?
Yes, an Italian movie.
From the Abyss. Hold on, I'm looking at this one. It's from 1994, it looks like.
Yes.
And wow, even just the cover of it looks absolutely horrid. We might have to add this one to our list, Kevin, because this looks absolutely terrible.
It is.
But I'm looking at I'm trying to remember some of the ones we watched over the last couple of years. Like I know we tried to watch. Okay, so actually I think we might need to actually close this up because Kevin didn't pre-plan and didn't plug his phone in.
His wallet does not double as a charger, apparently.
All right, so we'll go through a couple of other ones here over the next little bit. Thanks everyone for watching.
Okay.
But don't. All right, what's up?
One quick thing too.
Okay.
Witch's Night Out. Remind me, there's one other movie that's almost like that. It's not a Halloween movie, but it has just as terrible animation, and it's The Point. The Point from 1971.
1971, The Point. All right, so I might have to search that one out just because I like torture. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We may go through a couple more over the next little bit. But yeah, don't bother with Witch's Night Out, or for that matter, The Disappointments Room. We'll talk to you guys next time. All right, bye.
See you later.